Las Vegas, New Mexico. Oh, and I just stopped by a historic thing, and there was a hermit that lived out here. And he carved crucifixes and things and exchanged them for food, etc. And then he moved from here to the Oregon Mountains where I live and was murdered, found murdered in the Oregon Mountains. So that kind of ties here and Las Cruces together. Some horses out in the field. So the puppies had their outing this morning. And we are on the road. Now, I'm headed up to Yellowstone, but I'm a bit concerned because Yellowstone, I guess, does not have maybe some cell service. And I've got to do the Hokali tomorrow. Tomorrow. This is Friday. That's right. Yesterday was our Thursday thing. So I've got to figure a way to do this. I have to find where there is service. Oh my goodness. It does make things difficult. So this morning I stopped at a little coffee place, independent coffee place, and I'm having a, what did they call it? A cinnamon bun coffee. Yeah. Having cinnamon bun coffee this morning. It's not bad. Not bad. Sugar-free, of course. So as usual, I'm trying to take back roads as much as possible, but in this route there are you do have to take highways, so we'll see. And then after Yellowstone, I'm not sure where I'll go, which direction I'll go to. I'll figure it out once I'm up there. But yesterday had a great time meeting Hogarth. We had a few complications with the sound stuff, but he did figure it out, thank goodness. And it was wonderful meeting all the people. I really enjoyed that. And now Hogarth and Judy are off this morning. And I booked out of there too. I left yesterday. And then last night we just stopped at a pull-off area for trucks and everything. It says it's parking area. So we just pulled off and stayed there for the night. And that was fine. we are climbing. We are getting up to the pine trees now. We started out and we were in the lowlands. So I'm wearing my shirt today that says Native Lives Matter. Yeah, the puppies are all happy. They got to have a treasure this morning. But Miss Lily, oh my God, bad girl. She wanted to chase the cars. The cars going by on the roadway here. She's a chaser. Can you imagine that little bitty widget of a girl wants to chase the cars? Oh my God. That's why you could never ever leave her off a leash. Never. And Mr. Mickey is so stubborn. So these two have to be leash bound, unfortunately. They are too curious and want to chase and explore. Today, I tell you, I was really surprised and shocked when the cars were going by on this roadway here, and Miss Lily wanted to absolutely go chase the car. I couldn't believe it. That's why she's Lily Boom Boom. She's small, but she's feisty. One thing I just did pass was Story Lake. And I'm going to have to come up here. It's one of the state parks. And that was a really large lake, and it looked like a good place to come up and spend some time. So I will definitely come up again and go to Story Lake. So from Santa Fe up to Yellowstone Park, it says it's like 12 or 14 hours, depending on how you go. So basically, a 2-day drive. If you drive, full days, there are a lot of people that drive only 4 hours a day, so it would take you a number of days if you're a short-term driver. What a short-term driver. But you know me, I'm a goer. drive and just see all the scenery and everything. Really do enjoy that. I know there's a lot of people that get really nervous driving, but for me, driving has always been very relaxing. I'm very relaxed when I drive, so the opposite for me. Like I said, I've been driving since I'm 16 years old, so quite a few years. And I have to say, I'm really, really happy that I bought this Prius V, had it lifted, because having the climate control means that you can go anywhere. It could be cold outside and you're still warm in here all night. It could be 100 degrees, which it is much of the time, and it's cool in here all night. You're comfortable no matter what it is. And then since you have the climate control going all night and blowing air, you're not getting the condensation that happens for a lot of people if they're doing car life. So that's another benefit of having it. And your gas mileage is better. Now, if you're a person that's tall, this may not be the best option. I would probably go with something with more headroom, like the, Sienna. And you can get one of those also in a hybrid, but you want to get a hybrid. And the hybrid is the one that you can leave running all night and have climate control. The Sienna has more room in it than does this. This has more room. The Prius V has more room than the regular Prius. And I think a lot of it depends on how much time you spend outside, if you are more. But then again, you know, when you're going and it's winter, etc., you know, you're going to want to have, you're not going to want to be out in the snow and everything. You're going to want to be in your vehicle. At least I do. I don't know. Maybe there are people that want to be outside in that. Now, a lot of people go and they take tents, etc. I am not one that wants to spend time in a tent anymore because there are too many crazy people out there and animals, etc. So I prefer to stay in the car. It's a bit safer. So for me, this is perfect. It might not be the perfect thing for other people, but for me, it works really well. Susans and those were sunflowers out there. Big sunflowers. church. It's just a little bitty community church. I like those little community churches. I don't like those great big, cathedrals and the scammer preachers out there that are out for big money and everything and having their jets in the drama. So here we are in Mora Valley. So let me know how long of videos you like for the driving stuff. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes? How long do you actually watch the video? Oop, there go deer. Oh, I'm glad they didn't run out in front of me. I'm glad they went the other way. Little does by the side of the road. Thank God they went the other way and didn't run in front of me. That's the worst, when you have the animal that runs in front of you and there's just, nothing you can do sometimes. I did have that happen to me once. It was a really foggy morning, early morning, and this deer ran right into my car that I had. That's the only, accident I've had other than the guy sideswiping me. I've never had an at-fault accident where I've ever hit somebody or, So my accidents were a guy sideswiping me, and this was, the police knew who this guy was, really nasty person, had just got their license back. Sideswiped my car. It was dark, it was raining up in Seattle. And the other one was a deer that ran into my car. And two other ones that when I was 16, I was just driving and stopped at a red light, and a guy came up and ran into me. And another one with my little Volkswagen was stopped at a light, and the light turned green and the person ran into me again, back rear-ended me. So those are all my total car accidents in my life. I have had to take, defensive action to avoid some of them, but I was always able to avoid the accident. You got to keep your eyes open and have a defensive plan in place. Don't just assume they're going to do the right thing. Coyote Creek State Park, 17 miles over towards that direction. Aha. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We're going through this little town that's kind of, I like these little towns, just something about them. They're old, a lot of the places are closing down though. But I just find them interesting. And you wonder about the history of those towns. Who's lived there? How did the town begin? And why do people live in these little tiny towns sometimes? So on that note, I'll leave that here because it's going to take a long time to try to get this uploaded. Hopefully we got some signal, but we'll find out. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know again how long you want to have these types of videos, that you'll watch it to the end, because that's what helps your channel. If people are actually watching the whole of the video, if they're turning it off early, then they say, oh, it's not of interest to people, and it kills the algorithms. Algorithms, what a pain in the patoot. So anyway, help me to grow the channel, and I would like to grow the Prius channel, where I would put more of this type of video on there of the driving, etc. So anyway, thanks a lot, everyone. See you online.